Hi guys, Jen here again, and today we're going to stretch out your hamstrings. And not only are we going to stretch them out, but you're going to feel what it feels like to activate an end range of motion as well. Because like I've said before, passive stretching isn't enough. It's great, and it always depends on what you're going for. But we'll talk through that as I go through this one. So I'm going to grab a pillow for my head. This is the towel I'm going to use. You could definitely use a longer towel, or you can even go into like a doorway and just prop your leg up onto a doorway and chill out there as well. Okay, so I'm going to do it this way. The thing is, when you're stretching out your hamstring, what are we stretching out? So if we put it on your toes and you're yanking your toes back, you might be like, that's a little weird. I feel a stretch more into my calf or down into my foot. Well, yeah, because you're putting your nerves on stretch. So let's chill the nerves out a little bit. I'm gonna wrap it around my heel, making sure I'm not gonna pull it back into my face, and just relax into a stretch. Obviously, I have a little bit of abnormal hamstring flexibility. Okay, I wouldn't say that this is normal or anything that you should need to achieve. What we want to achieve is at least 90 degrees. Okay, so if you were to wrap a towel right around towards your ankle and hold it here, totally fine. We want about 90 degrees, okay? The goal in a hamstring stretch is to keep the leg straight. You don't want it right behind the knee or putting pressure, because you got a lot of nerves and arteries with very little muscle tissue back here, okay? It gets really thin. This is where a lot of the tendons are, so we don't want to grab right behind the knee. You've probably heard this before, but maybe you didn't know why, okay? And also, I would warn against grabbing and making that foot pull back. Again, it could be around the heel, it could be around the ankle, but either way, we do a passive stretch for 2 minutes and you breathe, okay? So getting this hamstring is super important. It connects into your pelvis, okay? So the hamstring connects all the way into those sit bones, right into the butt, and the butt is where your pelvis lies. And if your pelvis is being pulled and tucked under, that's gonna put pressure onto your back. So a lot of times, why do you get back pain? Or maybe it puts so much pressure onto the back, it's pulling all the way up through the back and into your neck, and all of a sudden you have migraines and headaches. This is why stretching out not only the hamstring and the muscles, also the nerves, which we're gonna do in a second, is really important to start to open the whole entire backside of the body. Okay? Or some people even, oftentimes they roll out the bottom of their foot, because even that is fascially connected, nervous system also connected all the way down here. So if you roll out your foot for about 5 seconds, you might notice that you have a little bit more hamstring flexibility, which is what? Crazy, because you didn't even do anything to your hamstrings. But it's just showing you how the body is amazing and beautiful and all connected. Okay, so after about 2 minutes, I'm gonna take off. So see how I hold here. So now I'm activating through my quad and through my hip flexor. I'm gonna grab, again, not behind my knee, but around my thigh. Yours can be way out here, totally fine, or maybe you're using a towel to hold. Okay, I'm gonna hold a little bit harder. So now I'm really activating, squeezing into my quad. I'm gonna bend. Now I'm gonna flex my foot and get more into my nerve as I pull back and relax. So now I'm not only stretching into my hamstring and activating into the front part of my leg and my quad and my hip flexor, but I'm also now getting almost like a nerve floss through those nerves. So my nerves connect into my back, right? And they come all the way down into my foot. So when I do this, think of taking that floss between your teeth up and back to try to loosen things up. It's the same thing that we're doing as we're taking these nerves all the way down through the leg. Okay, so we'll do about 10 of those, and then I want you to just hold at end range of motion for about 10 seconds. Okay, that's it. We're really activating the quad, we're really releasing down through the hamstring, and then you can relax. Okay, now let's do the other side. Just getting that, because we're about to do another thing, legs up the wall. So again, this would be a stretch for about 2 minutes. You can either have the towel or the foot or the hand. Maybe not the foot, but you can have the towel or the hand right around the heel or around the ankle. Or maybe you don't need a towel and you're just holding with your leg. Either way, this isn't a contest. You're not trying to pull so hard that the bottom leg is coming and lifting up. Relax and breathe. If it hurts or puts any too much strain by extending this leg, because maybe you have really tight hip flexors, then you can bend the leg, totally fine. And you might find that it's a little easier because that pelvis will start to rock up, totally fine. Or I prefer you to extend the leg if possible. But again, you go to what your body can do, not what someone else's body can do. There's no comparison, there's no judgment. Your body's beautiful just the way it is, okay? So after about 2 minutes, that's when we're gonna start to activate into the quad. I'm gonna grab back in the back of my thigh. I'm gonna flex my foot as I bring it down and then extend it up. Now I'm doing these active hamstring stretches again. I'm feeling it all the way down along my calf and into my foot. So that's where, this is also called a sciatic nerve stretch. So say someone along the line has told you you have sciatica, who knows? But this is a stretch that you can do. I like to live by knowing your body restrictions, not by your diagnosis. So you're not your diagnosis, you're not the same as every other person. You are unique, you're beautiful, and you gotta move through your body to find your own restrictions. Okay, so after about 10, that's where you're just gonna hold and do a 10-second hold, really activating that quad, really squeezing and straightening that leg, pulling those toes back towards you, and then you can relax. Okay, you should feel nice and stretched out. Now we're just gonna do one that I like to end with. So we're gonna move up along the wall here, take my pillow behind my head, and I'm gonna breathe, okay? So this is gonna be our meditation for the day. This is where we're gonna lie. If you need something underneath your bottom, another pillow, and you need to bend your legs a little bit, totally fine. I'm gonna have my hips all the way down, my legs into the wall as much as I can, and just relax, okay? This is a really good stretch along that back chain. Not only are you gonna use your breath, remember we're gonna breathe into your belly, so nice big bellies, big lower rib cage. No judgment about how big that belly goes. Let it expand, let it do its normal job. You can have your arms out to the side, they could be down by your side, really whatever makes you feel more comfortable. Maybe you want to try to get an extra little shoulder stretch in there over your head, totally fine. If you are a little bit tighter and you feel it coming all the way up into your legs and you're feeling some restriction going down into your nerves, you can let your legs relax for a little bit. But try to just breathe. Allow your body, your muscles, your nerves to relax through your neurological system. Everything works by telling the brain what to do. The brain sends signals into your muscles, into your nerves, and into your fascia even, to tell it when to restrict and when it shouldn't. So you have full control of your body. You just have to allow it to relearn patterns sometimes. Relearn how to relax, relearn how to move, and how to stretch and how to open, okay? It's really important, especially our hamstrings. I told you how related to the low back it is, so it's very, very important that we continue to move into these stretches, move into your hamstrings. Don't allow them to get stiff and tight. My dad likes to say, I stretched when I was 16. That doesn't count. Continue to stretch, continue to move. There's so much that we can do when we bend and we move and we have the length and ability in our legs. So don't ever give it up, and I hope you guys like this. Hang out here for as long as you need to, and I'll see you tomorrow.